So I wanted to give you a rundown on the instructions for wrapping up your Genius Hour project and all of the rubrics. So we'll go through that so that you're not just looking at written instructions, but you have a little bit of verbal background on it. Now, a project like this that is so unstructured is very challenging to understand what it is that you need to submit and how to submit it, because things vary, depends on what you do. So I wanted to be really clear and give you these instructions. But at any point, if you have any doubt, please ask. There is such an array of assignments that I may not think ahead. Now it's February. I may not think ahead to cover all possibilities. So if you are unsure about anything, email me, call me, put it in the water cooler, whatever you need to do. We will get you some answers. But please do not stress about it. It is feeling unclear because it is so unstructured. Okay, so let's start by looking at the goals for this project overall. We've discussed this before, but just kind of reiterate. So the goal for the project was to give you all an opportunity to explore an area of this course that you were interested in greater detail. It also provided an opportunity for you to develop a product that demonstrates this expanded knowledge and share this information with the Stockton community, or in some circumstances, not necessarily Stockton, but a community, and that's okay. And then practice professionalism while you're implementing this product. And then the goals for the presentation are slightly different. The goals for the presentation are to give you the opportunity to communicate what you accomplished with the rest of our class, to share the new knowledge that you found out as you delved in deeper in a particular area. You're going to give us a visual so we can see what you did, and then a reflection on how you might do it differently, or if it's something that you really enjoyed and you plan on continuing this venture, what are your plans for continuing? And then finally, you're going to give some feedback on and some constructive criticism on the work of your peers. So if you meet all of these goals, this is going to be a successful project. Now, how do you know if you're going to meet the goals? Well, there's 2 rubrics. They're going to help you. One is a rubric for your final project, and one is the rubric for your presentation. Each rubric is worth 30 points. So along with your proposal and your timeline done long ago, and your progress journal done on a weekly basis, all of this adds up to 40% of your grade. So let me give you a couple hints. I'm going to go over the rubrics in detail in a bit, but let me continue with the overview first. So a couple of hints. If your final project includes a video, please do not post an MP4. Blackboard doesn't like that very much. They're too big. So you're going to need to upload it to something like Vimeo or YouTube and then share the link. There is a tutorial link to these instructions that showed you how to do that for a project that we did earlier in the semester. Just want to let you know that posting a PowerPoint with no audio explanation is not clear communications. There's other options. Remember, we used Mote in week 1. Other presentation modes that you can use: VoiceThread, Adobe Spark. You can add audio to PowerPoint and Google Slides even without Mote. You can use Screencast-O-Matic and screencast your presentation or video. There's something called PK Create, Canva video presentation, which we used in an earlier project, Prezi Video. If you're really stuck on finding a tool for your presentation, I have probably a million more of those. So by all means, don't just give us a document that we have to read or a PowerPoint that we have to read. We need some kind of explanation and details coming from you in some way. All right, other things to keep in mind. Remember, your finalized project should be in by April 24th, unless we discuss an alternate date. alternate dates need to be established ahead of time. Don't wait till April 24th at like 11:58 and ask me for an alternate deadline. This is something that we have to know about and set up ahead of time. We're getting at the end of the semester, and these things need to be set and not let go unless there is a catastrophic event. Your presentation should be posted by April 29th. Okay, you're going to be posting your presentation in 2 places, just like we did for the sustainability analysis presentation. So it will be submitted to an assignment, and then it's going to be put in your individual folder so peers can see it for the feedback. And speaking of the peer feedback, that will be due no later than May 5th. When you submit your presentation, please include your resources that you used for your research somewhere, somehow with your presentation, so that we know where your wonderful information came from. Okay, a few comments on your peer reviews. You are watching the presentations of at least 4 peers. I'm hoping you'll look at more, but you have to review 4. You will find them in individual folders, the same folders that we used for a sustainability analysis presentation earlier in the course. It's in the course index. And to provide feedback, you're going to click on the presentation and address the following points as a reply. What new information did you learn from this presentation? Be specific. So just don't say, I learned so much. Tell me what specifically you did learn from that presentation. And then you're going to let me know what you liked about the presentation. Again, specifics. So don't just say it was great. Tell me what aspects of the presentation you thought made it great. And then finally, you have a choice. You can either provide some kind, constructive suggestions for what might have made the presentation or project better, or you can let us know what you might borrow from the way this student presented their work. So that gives you a overview on all the nitty-gritty details of how to wrap this project up. So let's now take a look at the rubric for your final product. So when you submit your final product, there's again 6 categories and up to 5 points. The first category is this product addresses fashion sustainability. So you want to create an original, accurate product that addresses the issue of sustainability in a way that is interesting and engaging. Second category, the product incorporates the course content. So there should be evidence in your final product that you use the knowledge that you gained from this course to complete it. Next category is related to research. So there should be strong evidence that you used knowledge from your own personal research to expand on what you learned in the course to complete this product. Next category, quality of work. So this product should reflect the time that we dedicated to this project. Remember, it's supposed to be like 20% of the course. So it should be of the highest quality and reflect your best efforts. Professionalism. So your work should be professional in nature. And then finally, communicating the themes of the course with the community. So there should be evidence that you communicated the themes of the course, shared your knowledge that you gained from this course with the community. So there may be some questions about the final product. What are you turning in? It really depends on what it is that you did. If you did a website, you're going to give me the link. If you did a brochure, infographics, you're going to share with me a copy of those. If you did an event, you're going to share with me the advertising that you created for the event and some pictures from the day of the event. That's what I'm anticipating turned in. If none of those apply to your circumstances, please reach out to me so you and I are both clear as to what's coming in. I need something to look at to evaluate these points of the rubric, but what it is that I'm looking at will greatly vary from student to student, depends on what it is that you did. All right, let's look at the presentation rubric. There are 6 categories and you can earn up to 5 points. The first category is an overview of the product. So in your presentation, you want to present a strong, organized, and clear overview of what it was that you did for your project. Next category is new knowledge. You'll want to provide very strong evidence in the presentation of the new knowledge that you gained in this process. And you will include your references for where that new knowledge came from. Visual product is the next category. You're going to provide an exceptional visual of the product in a way that can be viewed in Blackboard. So this can be a photograph or a video, something that we can see so we know what your product looked like. In the next category in your presentation, you're going to share a well thought out idea of what you would do different if you did this project again, or how you might move forward with this project if you are going to continue it. For clear communication, we would like your ideas presented in a clear, concise manner in whatever mode it is that you choose. Just ask that you do it well. And then finally, you're going to provide constructive feedback for 4 students. So that will be a total of 30 points. You'll notice that I have not given you a time requirement because this is, you want it to be concise. You want it to be clear. You want to keep the interest of the people who are watching your presentation. If you can provide the overview and all of those other components of the rubric, that's what's driving this presentation, not it has to be 6-minute thing. Let me know if you have any questions on this rubric.